First of all, I want to talk to you about your body looks different, your release looks faster. It doesn't even look like the same guy we got to see. Would you talk about your body and your release?
Yeah, just, it was a great off season. I think I really enjoyed getting to work. I stayed here. Me and my wife stayed here during the off season, and really enjoyed working out in the facility with coaches, familiar faces. So it's a credit to the strength staff, nutrition, trainers, everyone that's involved.
I know you're still learning the system, but what do you like about what Greg Olson brings to the game as well? Not just Chip Kelly's offense, but what it's like working with Greg Olson.
Yeah, Ole and Chip both have been super fun to work with. It's been, in the room with Ole every day has been a real joy. We're both Boilermakers. We coached at Purdue for a little while, so just been a great relationship so far, and bouncing ideas off each other, the other quarterbacks as well. It's been, like you said, fun to learn the system, but also fun to learn them and kind of pick their brain and see what they like.
Pete said the other day that he has as much confidence in you backing up Gino as he did Gino backing up Russell. What's that tell you about their confidence level? Obviously out there, they're very, very comfortable with you.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed my time so far with the new staff, and obviously been through a lot of changes around here over the last few years, and this has been super enjoyable for me to have this staff come in and kind of implement their culture. So just trying to do my best to work hard to push Gino to be the best teammate I can to both him and the rest of the guys.
Aidan, what's your assessment of Gino up close, his talent on the field, and then him as a leader? What have you seen?
Yeah, both have been super impressive. I think maybe one of the more impressive quarterbacks I've ever been around in both of those areas, both on the field, skill-wise, he can move around, throw accurately, super smart, and then leadership, he knows how to talk to the guys, he knows how to lead by example as well. So really have really tried to soak in as much information as possible from him. He's been great to me, been open, he enjoys, like I talked about before, bouncing ideas off each other, so it's been a super enjoyable relationship.
I said when they signed Gino, this could be a real blessing for you because he's kind of followed your your similar career path. How much does it help that you're not his enemy, or he wants to help you, he wants to pour into you, he's your biggest fan?
Yeah, I hope he's not my enemy. But no, it's been super enjoyable. I think, like I said, just to bounce ideas off each other. He's been around the game for a long time, has learned a lot of different things, a lot of different systems. He's some things that he's talked about over and over again are even still new to me, and so it's been fun he'll say something in the meeting and I'll check back with him like, what did you mean by that, or explain that to me. And yeah, he's been open at every step to helping me out and supporting me. So it's really all you can ask for.
Seems like you've established a rapport with Jack Besh. We've seen you complete a ton of passes to him. What do you like about him as a receiver?
Yeah, Jack is super savvy receiver, I think. Did a great job the break from OTAs to camp, really diving into the playbook and starting to understand. We asked him to play a few different positions and do a few different things, and so for him it's just I know it not too long ago being a rookie, you just try to learn as much as possible and soaking in the information and try to execute as quickly as possible. He does a really good job of feeling underneath routes and then over the top as well. He's got a really good feel.
How was Gino helped you as far as knowing what Pete expects?
Yeah, I think he's been obviously the guy that's been around Pete the longest in the organization, and so we'll see stuff or hear stuff that Pete does and kind of bounce off Gino and see is that what's Pete expecting, what does he want, what's he trying to get after, and so to really implement the culture Pete's trying to implement, I think Gino was crucial to that, not only in the quarterback room but the whole offense and the entire team.
And how has Colton Miller just impacted this team, especially celebrating his contract extension today?
Yeah, definitely happy for Colton. I think we're all really rooting for that, for him and for his family. I think he deserves it. He's a super steady presence for us. He's a large human being who, but is really just a steady anchor for us. He's not very loud, but he plays really, really hard. I think because he's not loud, sometimes you kind of might forget about him, but if you watch the tape, he plays so hard for his teammates, and it's a guy that we really love having a lot.
Going back to rookie receivers, just what's it like for you to get the ball to Dante Thornton Jr.?
Yeah, Dante's a dynamic player. I think right when we drafted him, we were texting the quarterback group chat like, hey, this could be someone we could really, really rely on, and I think he's shown us that. Again, it's hard to come in as a rookie. He has to do a lot of different things to learn a playbook that's extensive, and so Dante's done a great job of jumping in. Obviously, he's had some splash plays here in camp, and that's what we're going to expect from him.
It would appear that this is probably one of your best camps. You know what to expect. Is that perception accurate?
Yeah, I think I'm definitely more comfortable this camp. I think each year there's been a progression. Obviously, it's still a new playbook, and so a little bit feels like the first year again where you're just trying to learn new things, and you're hearing Chip talk about them for the first time. But I think I really like this system. Again, we talked about in the quarterback room with Nate and Ole, both have helped me out a bunch, and so yeah, I really enjoy where I'm at right now, and I'm just trying to compete every day.
What do you like out of what you've seen so far from Ashton Genty, how he helps open up the offense a little bit, and just as a rookie, how he's playing the game?
Yeah, I think Ashton, obviously, everybody knows his talent, but I think his maturity, his toughness have really been on display, especially with the pads on. He's had a couple plays where he's, picking up blitzes or getting hit pretty hard in the run game and still finishing the run. And so I've been really impressed about his toughness, his ability to bounce back. And then, he's very mature. He's kind of quiet, but he understands. He's picking up the plays very fast, and it's impressive to see.
All right, thanks, Aidan.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, Aidan.